Hi, Jenny Ford here from chrisandjennyford.com, and this is part 5 of our Internet Basics course. What HTML do I need to know? Now, HTML is the most commonly used language for describing to your computer what to show on the screen when you go and visit a web page. In the last lesson we had a look at some HTML for a web page. So now the question is, if I'm going to make money online, if I'm going to have a business online, do I really need to learn all that coding? And the answer is no, you don't. It's perfectly possible to make an excellent income online without knowing any HTML at all. That said, there's a couple of bits of HTML that are kind of handy. And I'm just going to talk about those ones. I'm going to leave out everything else and just give you a couple of bits of HTML that you'll find useful when you get going making money online. First of all, I'm going to have a look at when you've got a page of text, say you've got an article, and you're going to put the article in an article directory, or you're making a page on your website. There's a couple of things that are very useful. There's the paragraph tags, which you put at the beginning and end of a paragraph, and the heading tags, which you put at the beginning and end of a heading. Now, headings have numbers. Usually in most style sheets there's 4, 5, or maybe 6 levels of heading, and they all look slightly different. In most cases you'll be using 1, 2, 3, and that's about it. When words are in the heading tags, then Google gives them more weight when it's working out what the page is about. So when you come to trying to rank in the search engines for particular keywords, you want to make sure that you've got those keywords on your page between the heading tags as much as possible. Now, links. Links are those words on a page. Usually they're blue and underlined, and if you click on them they take you to another web page. Now, in the HTML code they look a little bit complicated, and you can see on this page here, on this slide here, we've got an example of what a link looks like in the middle here, and it's quite long. The words in between the tags, in between these angle brackets here, are the words that will show on the page. They'll be blue and underlined. That's called the anchor text. Now, at the front of the anchor text there's a bracket like that and an A, which tells your computer that it's about to get a link, and then href tells you the hypertext reference for the link. In other words, where will people be sent when they click on these words? And this set of letters here is whatever the web page is that people will go to when they click on the link. It's very important for you to know how to make a link. In some places where you're promoting your site, there'll be widgets where you can just paste in the URL and it will make the link automatically for you. But in some places they don't have that. So for example, if you're setting up a signature in a forum, you may have to actually put in the symbols like this in order to get the links in your signature to be live. Also, if you're posting articles in article directories, usually you need to use these tags and this formatting in the author resource box to make those links clickable. If you're using Squidoo as well, Squidoo's interface requires you to know how to do these sorts of things to make your links live on Squidoo, and we'll probably be talking about Squidoo a little later on. That's basically the important ones. There's also there's one tag which you may find useful. That's the line break tag. If you've got a big bunch of text on your page and you want to break it up and you don't want any of the formatting to change, you may want to use a break. Now, the point to note about HTML tags is that they come in pairs. If you remember this, then you won't run into problems of formatting your page incorrectly and having it turn into alphabet soup. So every time you open a tag between two angle brackets, you will later on be closing it, and the only exception to that is the break tag. That's basically all you need to know about HTML. Here is an example of an article which has those tags in it, and as you'll see, these are tags we've talked about before. The paragraph tags, beginning and end of each paragraph, and the heading tags at the beginning and end of each heading. Now, there's a lot more you can learn about HTML, obviously, and if you do know more about HTML, you'll be able to do more tricks and you'll be able to do more sophisticated promotions for your websites and more sophisticated things on your web pages. But to get going and to make money online, you really don't need any more than what we've covered in this short presentation. So, on to the next part of the course.